coming up on the Trensetta Lounge. From dropping out of 8th grade for a GED to making it big in the music industry and so much more, Better Leaf CEO and creator Deontay, aka David Pablo, is checking in with us over here at the Trensetta Lounge. Plus, did you hear our girl Miss Riri? Yes, Rihanna and Mama in the making. Well, she's set to come out and return with a new track on Marvel's Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Plus, need some advice to keep you going? Don't worry, we got you covered, boo. We hyping you up as always with a dosage of inspo. All that and more coming up right here on the Trensetta Lounge with your favorite TV and radio host, Cammy. Well, hey, everybody. It's your girl, Cammy Simmons here, the baddest media boss you know and love. And if you did not know, well, now you know. You're tuning in right here on the Trensetta Lounge, right here on Hits 92.3 and First Class TV, right here on Roku. Stay locked because I got more coming up on the way right here on the Trensetta Lounge, including some pop-in hot topics with the plug. Plus, we have a special guest in the studio that's going to be giving us some inspo that you need to get some up and go, as well as some knowledge that he's dropping right here in the studio. Also, did you hear Miss Bad Gal herself, Rihanna? She's dropping some new music, and so I have some more on the way with that one. You're also, losing track. I'm way ahead of myself. But yeah, we're ready to get it popping. Thanks so much, you all, for hanging out with me tonight. Also, don't forget, you could talk with me throughout the night using a hashtag, and that's Trensetta Lounge. That's TRENSETTA LOUNGE. Also, you know your girl is nosy, so I do want to know what you up to because we almost at the weekend, y'all. So if you hanging out with your friends, if you hanging out with your boo thing, or maybe you catching up on work, I don't know. Let me know by using that hashtag Trensetta Lounge. Also, happy end of the week, you all. We're going to get this thing rolling right here on Hits 92.3 and Roku. So get those pens ready, get that paper, notebook, whatever you do to jot down those notes because you're about to grow, learn, and be entertained. Or if you just want to relax, get that snackety snack of yours and that drink of choice because you're tuning in right here on the Trensetta Lounge with your girl Cammy Simmons here. So yeah, you're hanging out with me. You're locking in. But first, we have our girl Beyonce with Cup It Up right here on the Trensetta Lounge, right here on First Class TV on Roku and Hits 92.3. Stay tuned for more. You're rocking it with your girl right here. We'll be right back.
Hey dolls, it's Rochelle, and I'm checking in with my girl Cammy at First Class TV.
All right, you all, welcome back to the Trensetta Lounge right here on Hits 92.3 and Roku. For those who are tuning in visually, we have a very special guest in the building, and we're going to get right into this conversation with David Pablo. Well, he goes by David Pablo, right? Yeah. But Deontay is his legal name, y'all. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the Trensetta Lounge.
So I appreciate you having me.
Yes. So let's get right into the conversation,
okay.
Right? I want you to tell us about who you are, what you do. Before we get into all that, I want you to take us back to your beginnings because I was reading up on your story. I think you have an amazing story. It tells about perseverance and just that life is not, a straight path. Absolutely. But I mean, of course, everybody goes through their changes, but I think yours is very unique. So let our viewers know a little bit more about, where you come from.
I'm come from Flint, Michigan. I was raised in Flint, Michigan, and born in Louisiana, raised in Flint, Michigan, and growing up in Flint, Michigan, I like you say, had a couple challenges like the typical adolescents would not, but Flint is different. I don't know if a lot of people know about Michigan, but as you know, we nationally made the news for the water being poisoned and things like that. But other than just that, Flint itself is a type of a system that was set up to raise the youth to get training to work in General Motors. So as I came up, By the time I got old enough, General Motors was closed. So, a lot of the youth was strayed because now we don't understand the opportunities we have to advance ourselves beyond just getting a job.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, so I come from Flint, and that just, I had a daughter when I was 15.
Right.
So that's what really molded me and made me get my concept of life together. Understand that in 10 years, whether I talk to my daughter from a business office, a jail cell, or a casket, my daughter will be 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to do the best I can from 15 to 25 to put myself in a position where I can be in that office talking to her. I can make the decision of which place I be when I'm guiding her.
Right, right. And talk about, how you got your start, because I know you were, you had your own clothing brand, then you pivoted into music, but then you also went to school for 6 years for civil engineering, right? Or mechanical engineering, which I think is so crazy. I mean, that's a lot of pivots. Tell us about that.
Well, it's crazy because it's on the outside looking in, it looked like a pivot, but for me, my life was structured. I call it vertically integrated.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Everything that I do with an intent, and that intent has to go along with the ultimate goal, right? So when I was younger, and I used to daydream in Flint, I used to imagine things I want to be when I grow up, right? And the top 3 things I said I wanted to be an engineer, I wanted to be a rapper, and I wanted to be a successful mogul, right? So I started thinking, okay, well, what position will those things fall in place for me, right? I'm like, well, if I become a rapper first, the chances of me becoming an engineer and doing all that stuff ain't likely. You know what I mean? And I was like, so let me go ahead and get the engineering out the way while I'm young. So I actually never went to high school. I got my GED when I was 16 and went straight to college.
Wow.
Because in middle school, before I had my daughter, I took nothing serious. I adapted to my environment. You know what I mean? So once I had my daughter, and I found out I was already 2 grades behind, and I found out there's a program that I remember, like, just that the counselor told me. He said, well, he was like, well, if you go to school right now, you're gonna take 4 years to graduate, so you will be 20. I was like 15 going on 16. Then he was like, but this is a program you can do and be in college in 6 months. I was like, again, I'm intent driven. I was like, my intent is to get in college, so what I need all this for? You know what I mean? So I got my GED, went straight to college, and then because I never went to high school, I treated college like high school. Okay. I used to go in there smelling like weed, pants falling, but then one of my teachers helped me understand and take it more serious, you know. So the funny thing is, I actually caught my first time being arrested, my first day of college. So that kind of set me back. But then that woke me up. That was God's way of saying, look, you can either be in this cell or be in this classroom. They both 4 walls, different door. Right. You know what I mean? Different opportunities and what it leads to. So I ended up taking it more serious. Got my degree. Well, another thing, I'm vertically integrated. So just to get back to the question of the pivots, when I was in college, I took welding as an elective rather than taking like French or art and all that. And then I was a welder as I was getting my degree in engineering, because I knew that I would have to deal with metals and it's in the same field, right? So once I got that degree and I started working as an engineer, the way I was able to pivot from that into music is because, again, I knew I wanted to be an artist. So my 3 goals: engineer, artist, mogul. So I said, okay, I could be an engineer, then be an artist, then that helped me be a mogul, right? So I did engineering for about 4 years, and I applied for a job in California. And this is how God necessity pushed you into places. When I was working for a job in Texas as an engineer, I experienced a little bit of racism, you know what I mean? Because I helped build up the company, got employees in there. But then when it was time for me to get paid, what I was supposed to get paid as an engineer, they was paying me as a welder. Oh, wow. Then we had a problem, right? So I decided, you know what? I'm going to quit and I'm going to focus on music. At that time, I was having a child. My baby mama tell me she in my ear, she's fearful. She's a Gemini, so she's scared of everything.
Not a Gemini.
Yeah, she's a Gemini. So she in my ear like, who quits the engineering job to be a rapper? And I'm like, you don't know my life. I been had this plan. You know what I mean? But it was God's way of pushing me into what I needed. So what happened was me and her ended up separating. But I said, you know what? Maybe I should get a job. I applied for a lot of jobs, got a job accepted in California. They moved me there, worked there for 2 years. Then I ended up finding, I don't want to say a plug because people will take that out the drug way, but I found the plug in the music. And that's what got me into the music. So.
Well, that is that's a lot, but I think it inspires a lot of people because, for you to be where you are today and to see all of those things that took, place behind the scenes is like, it wasn't easy, but and it's still not going to be easy. It's always going to be a journey, but, this is my story. This is it. And this is how I'm influencing the world. And I think, having people like you it's an inspiration, you know.
My main thing is that stay focused on your vision. Because like I said, when I was younger, the thing that got me out of Flint and helped me survive and stay alive to this day is my imagination. I've always imagined where I wanted to be, no matter how difficult the situation was. I would imagine, well, when I'm 30, I'm gonna be here, right? So even when I got locked up and caught case, I said, nah, God told me I'll be here when I'm 30, so I ain't about to get this 15 years. Something ain't right. And I went to the law library, studied, and got out. You know what I mean? But if I didn't hold on to my imagination and my vision of what I could be, I never would have got anywhere.
Yeah. So you, or for those who are creatives or looking to be entrepreneurs who may feel like giving up because it's not a linear path, what would you tell to those people who feel like giving up, and what kept you going during those lonely nights? You know, what kept you, you know, pushing?
Again, it was more so just the faith. You know what I mean? The faith that as long as I'm still breathing, everything is possible. You know what I mean? And perspective. Learning how to look at everything in life as all good. Like I learned in church one time, God said, he said, when you ask a Christian, how's it going? They say it's all good. He like, what I mean is, even when it's bad, it's in good for God's will. You know what I mean? So just learn to look at everything that happened in your life. Nothing negative happens. It's all meant for you to get to where you're going.
All right, you all. Well, that was the first half of our interview here with Better Leaf's CEO and creator, Deontay, aka David Pablo, in the building right here in the Trensetta Lounge. But we're going to keep this thing moving forward. We do have more coming up with him right here on Hits 92.3 and First Class TV right here on Roku, right here on the Trensetta Lounge, coming up right here with your girl, Cammy. So definitely keep it locked. But like I said, we're going to keep this thing moving forward right here with your favorite host, holding it down for you almost a week. Coming up, I'm going to be checking in with the T because, you know, I am the one and only plug. We're going to be talking about some Riri. We're also going to be talking about gamers and how it might not be a good idea to be a gamer. Stay tuned for that. Also, did you hear that Candace Dillard was in the ATL? So for those who are tuning in, I got some snoop on her and a performance she did that's causing a lot of rave on the streets. Also use that hashtag Trensetta Lounge. Tweet me. I do repost and I do talk back. And also stay tuned for the key song, which is Sunshine by our girl Lotto, Big Energy herself. Right now we have Doja Cat. We'll get into it right here on Hits 92.3 and First Class TV. We'll be right back. Hey, it's Cammy Simmons here, and I'm on every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving you a dose of inspo, trending topics, and so much more. You're tuning in with Cammy Simmons on First Class TV, Hits 92.3, and iHeartMedia. Mwah!
Hey, what's up? It's Amber Riley. Shout out to First Class TV.
Hey, it's your girl Ashley Sarai, the owner of Make and Be Lashes, and you're tuning in on the Trensetta Lounge with the baddest TV and media boss, Cammy Simmons.
All right, hey y'all, it's your girl Cammy. Welcome back, you all, and thank you so much for tuning in right here on the Trensetta Lounge with your girl Cammy. We are right here this Friday's Eve, and it's also time for the Plug Minute. I want to get into Miss Bad Gal herself, but first I want to talk about our girl Candace, you know, representing the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. She was actually popping out in the Atlanta area. She performed this past weekend, and she's causing a lot of uproar on these social media streets. So here's what happened. It all went down like this. So Real Housewives Potomac's Candace Dillard, she performed Toni Braxton's, you know, the legendary icon, singer, artist herself. She performed her It Wasn't Man Enough. So I don't know if you all are familiar with that song, during her Deep Space tour, which they're on right now, and they stopped in Atlanta. She got a lot of slack because people were like, I don't know if that's her place. So I got to ask you guys, are you for it? Did you see it? I want to know. So definitely let me know about that. Also, did you guys hear about this new study suggests people who identify as gamers? So, you know, if you play games in your room or whatever. I'm not a gamer, but I know a few. But anyway, they're saying that gamers are more likely to engage in racist and sexist behavior. A new study came out basically saying that those who identify as a gamer person are more prone to these type of extremist, sexist, racist behaviors. And the research was done by someone who goes by the name of Rachel Court. She's a research director at Take This, and they basically did some research, and gamers are more than likely to do this. So I'm not a gamer, but I thought it was interesting that they had, done this type of research. I want to know your thoughts. Want to know your comments. Let me know using hashtag Trensetta Lounge. Also, Miss Bad Gal herself, Riri, she is coming out, you guys. She is coming out. So Marvel teased Rihanna's return with a new track for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. As you know, Rihanna, she's been on a 6-year hiatus drought, and she's going to be coming out with a new track on the Wakanda film well, it dropped on Friday, but it's set to be in the new Wakanda movie. So for those Rihanna fans out there, something to look forward to, because I know a lot of people were wondering, where is she? She's busy raising a baby right now. But also, she's going to be, she dropped a teaser also of Savage Fenty Volume 4 fashion show. And it's going to be featuring some really prominent people, including Burna Boy. He's going to be featured as one of the performers, Tahaji P. Henson, and so much more. So that's coming. It looks like it's going to be dropping April 11th. Sorry, you guys. I want to make sure I get this right. It looks like that's going to be dropping come November, which is next month. So Rihanna is back on the scene, you guys. And that will do all for our the plug segment right here on Hits 92.3. If you want to stay up to date with everything, make sure you follow me at Cami, and that's KAMISIMMONS, to stay up to date with all of the latest, and also just to see me off of these airwaves. And also make sure you follow First Class TV _ to stay up to date with everything that's going on within pop culture news. All right, so we're going to keep this thing moving forward. We got more with our special guests in the building. But right now, we're going to take it over to Tim's with Crazy Things right here on Hits 92.3 and First Class TV on Roku.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Melody Holt, and right now you're tapped in with Cami Simmons, the TV and media boss herself.
Pour a dime-sized amount of cleanser into the palm of your hand. Rub both hands together to create a foamy lather. Massage the product into your skin using gentle circular motions. Rinse the product from your face under lukewarm water or with a warm towel. Next, grab your hydrating facial toner and apply a small breeze of toner onto your face. After misting your face with the hydrating facial toner, start with a dime-sized amount of moisturizer and apply it to your face in a gentle circular motion. Finally, apply a thin coating of the lip primer over the entire lip area and over lip edges. Use daily. Welcome to 7th Avenue Premier Skincare.
Hey, it's Cami Simmons, and I'm on every Thursday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving you a dose of inspo, trending topics as always, and so much more. You're tuning in with Cami Simmons on First Class TV, Hits 92.3, and iHeartMedia. Mwah! All right, that was our girl Chloe Bailey with Have Mercy right here on Hits 92.3. Also, I want to mention that she's actually coming out with a new video with big energy artist herself, Lotto, coming out tomorrow featuring Lotto. And the video is called For the Night. It's coming out or set to come out at 12 a.m. So let's get back into this interview with our special guest in the building, in the lounge, Deontay, aka David Pablo. Okay, we're going to play a game. David, Pablo, Deontay. We're going to play a game I like to call Stir Left or Stir Right, because I know one thing that stuck out to me about your story is that you have made many pivots in your life. Some people have, wrote you out. You have some naysayers, through your story. So we're going to title it Stir Left or Stir Right. So here are the rules. I'm going to give you two options, like the game This or That, if you're familiar with that. But we're adding our own twist, of course. So basically, if you're for it, we're going to stir left. If you're not, or if you're for it, we're going to stir right. If you're not for it, we're going to stir left. So like right, left. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's get started. You ready? All right. So here's the first one. Is it okay to put up the Christmas lights prior to Halloween?
Start left. Who do that?
Why?
It's you in the wrong season.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Now, is it a deal breaker for you to see someone rocking flip flops in the fall time?
No. Start left. No.
I saw somebody, by the way, with flip flops today.
I don't mind if they do is on them. So your feet don't get cold. But
Right.
I do.
Right. All right. So you're a dad. You have a busy schedule. What would you stir left or right if your friends canceled out on your plans?
Depends on what the plan is. I don't really concern myself with other people a lot. So if they cancel, I wouldn't care. It depends on what the plans are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Also, I do want to mention, I saw that you have over 25K followers and over 2 million views and fans and folks who, stay tapped in with you, who are following you. What are your thoughts on friends and colleagues who support you on social media but don't pop out to your in-person events? Are you going to stir right on them or stir left on them if they only, like snooping on your Instagram stories, but they ain't popping out?
The worst be the family. There's love. They're always like, congratulations, I love you, all this stuff. When it's time to show up for something. I start right. I'm not, if you mean write them off, I don't write people off. I just let people play their position and characterize them as that.
Okay. All right. Now, staying within the friend lane, what about those friends who seek your advice but don't allow you to do the same? So, when you calling your homegirl or your homeboy and you telling them, hey, I'm going through this situation, either professionally or personally, whatever it is. And, they spilling out to you about what they got going on, but then all of a sudden you spilling out to them. And it's like, oh, never mind, girl, boy, I gotta go. You know that friend, right? You stir left or right on those friends that do that?
I don't really have them kind of friends. I have friends, but my problem is it's not too many friends that understand my type of problems. You know what I mean? So if it was friends like that, I would start left. I'm big on giving the energy that get the energy you give.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. And I'm going to switch up with these last questions. They're just general questions, not like stir left or stir right.
Okay.
But just I like to kind of, change it around with my people who I'm interviewing.
Okay.
So what's the last person you left on red on your phone?
I do that to everybody. Everybody get upset with me because I do that in a minute. I look at a text message and be like, all right, I'll get back to it later. So probably the last text I got. And it's not intentional. It's not a diss. It's just I do a lot.
Okay. What's the last screenshot you took on your phone?
Probably something that inspired me, something creative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we take a look real quick?
I'm my phone.
Oh, wait, never mind. That was like what we talked about earlier, right? All right, you guys. We have more coming out with our special guest here in the studio, Deontay, aka David Pablo, right here in the lounge. But yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna keep you guys entertained right here with more music, more fun, more entertainment right here on the Trensetta Lounge. In less than 3 minutes, we also got some more tea for you. So we're going to be talking about Miss Bad Gal herself. She's coming out with some music finally after 6 years. And then also we're going to have the dose of inspo later in the show with your girl here. Also, I'm nosy like that. I gotta ask what you doing. If you out there, maybe running errands, maybe you at the gym, maybe you hanging out with your girls. Use that hashtag Trensetta Lounge. That's TrensettaLonge. In less than 3 minutes, we have the tea coming up. So definitely keep it locked right here. But right now, we have Lotto. Speaking of Lotto, coming out with her new music with Chloe Bailey, right here with Big Energy with Mariah Carey. We'll be right back, right here on the Trensetta Lounge. Also, be sure to give us a like and rating on our podcast. Be sure to listen to us on iHeartMedia, Spotify, and many other podcast platforms.
What's up? I'm Shalea, and you are watching First Class TV.
All right. Hey, it's your girl, Cami Simmons here, right here on First Class TV on Roku and Hits 92.3. Happy almost weekend, you all. All right. We about to get into this plug minute where we're talking all of the tea. Miss Bad Gal herself, she actually is coming out with some new music after a 6-year hiatus. But first, I got to talk about our Potomac housewife reality show. Singer, artist, Candace Dillard, she popped out in the ATL in Atlanta, Georgia. And she basically went on stage and performed a Toni Braxton song entitled "He Wasn't Man Enough" during her Deep Space tour this past week. And I gotta know, you guys, are you for it? Are you not for it? Unfortunately, I did go back to her page and I was unable to get any footage. But I rock with Candace. I like Candace. But I don't know, singing an icon song. I gotta hear you guys' comments on this one. Also, for those gamers out there or folks who, have a friend that's a gamer, there's a new report that just came out that basically suggests people who identify as gamers are more likely to engage in racist and sexist behavior. Well, the study was done by a woman who goes by the name of Rachel Court. She's a research director at Take This and also an author and researcher on the study. She spoke with Vice News and basically came to a conclusion that some people who are gamers, well, you might be a racist or a sexist. I don't know. Research is research, y'all. But anyway, our bad gal herself, Miss Riri, and also Mama in the Making, she's coming out with some new music that's going to be featured in Wakanda Forever track. And so, yeah, she's popping out, and that is set to come out very, very soon. Also, she just released a teaser for her Savage X Fenty Volume 4 fashion show, and it's going to be featuring Maxwell and Burna Boy, as well as our girl Tahaji P. Henson representing the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia, which y'all know that's where I'm from. So, I'm happy to see our girl popping out in Miss Riri Fenty. So, yeah, I can't wait to see that. Definitely enjoyed the first one. But to stay up to date with all of the latest, make sure you follow your girl at Cami Simmons, and that's at _KAMI _SIMMONS to stay up to date with all of the latest and greatest right here on First Class TV on Roku and also Hits 92.3. So make sure you follow us on all of our socials as well. But yeah. Coming up in less than 3 minutes, stay tuned, keep it locked for the dose of inspo. And yeah, you got to do you. So stay tuned for that dosage of inspo because, we all about inspiring you all. But right now, we're going to keep this thing moving forward. We got Tyga and Doja Cat with Freaky Deaky right here on the Trensetta Lounge. Don't go anywhere. We have so much coming up right here with your girl, Cami. We will be right back. Cami Simmons here, and today we have David Pablo pulling up to talk about how you could get involved in the Better Leap event taking place this Saturday right here on the Trensetta Lounge. Okay, so Deontay, let's talk about the Better Leap event. What's happening this weekend? What can folks look forward to at this event, and how can they get some tickets?
Event sponsored by Better Leap. And what it is, it's an all-inclusive experience where you guys come out, get free top shelf lobster tails, steaks, all that from celebrity chefs, free top shelf liquor, and all that good stuff. And how you can get tickets is you can go on, go to the bio of Unleashed Platinum and click and RSVP. We got a limited amount of free tickets available, so y'all need to go on there ASAP.
They're coming quick.
They're coming quick. They already sold out. I'm finna call my partner today and tell them go put a couple more on there just so y'all can get an opportunity. But also we have tickets available for $25, and then we have the $45 tier. $45 tier and basically get you access into the community, because what we're doing is throwing dope events, and we want to bring creators, entrepreneurs, just people with successful mindsets together in good environment, good vibes, and just let people network and have fun. And that's what we're about with Unleashed Platinum. Just new age of creators, entrepreneurs, and just getting it.
Okay. And for those who are tuning in on Roku TV, you can actually see the link below or his Instagram, so you can tap in with him. Also, you're going to have steak, lobster, got all of the fancy
lamb chops, all that good stuff.
Okay. And then also, how can folks stay in contact with you and stay tapped in with everything you got going on?
Follow me on Instagram, shoot me a DM, you know what I mean? Or comment on a post or something like that. I'm engaged with my Instagram, so just follow me on the ground. Follow me either that one or at betterleaf_TM. And that's how you get it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Deontay, aka David Pablo.
For sure. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Guys, and also I want to go ahead and leave you with a dose of inspo as we close it out right here. Unfortunately, we are at the end of the show, but I do want to leave you guys with this, and that is to do you, because you're all that and some. And don't let anybody else tell you any different, okay? All right, pull out that phone, pull out that mirror, and do what you got to do to keep yourself inspired. Make sure you give us 5-star rating, as well as, last but not least, make sure you follow us and download our show across iHeart, Spotify, all of the things. It's your girl, Cami Simmons here. Many thanks to you all for tuning in and tuning up with your girl every Thursday at 6 p.m. And with that, it's your girl, and thanks for hanging out and locking in with me. And we'll see you all next week. Happy weekend, you all. We'll talk soon. Bye.